Have you ever felt like your money is being controlled by someone else? Bank transfers can get rejected, PayPal can block your account, even the money in your bank can be frozen. Now, imagine if all of that disappeared and you truly had full control over your own money. That's the world crypto is trying to build, and Pi Network wants to make that world a reality for regular people like us. Hi, I'm Anton. Welcome to the Pi Network Whitepaper Deep Dive series. This is the first module, where we'll talk about why cryptocurrency is so important, what makes it different from the old system, and how Pi wants to bring this revolution to everyone. So get your coffee ready, bro, because we're about to dive into the world of crypto from the ground up. First, a quick disclaimer, bro. This video purely discusses the contents of the Pi Network whitepaper as it is. I'm not adding any personal opinions or encouraging anyone to buy crypto. The only goal is education, so pioneers can better understand the coin they're holding. And for those who are against Pi Network, so they can see what's actually written in the whitepaper. So once again, this is purely educational content. Part 1. The Mission and Vision of Pi Network. Pi Network's mission is to build a secure crypto and smart contract platform that's run by everyday people, not big corporations. To make it easier for you, I'll break it down in simple language, bro. Imagine this, bro. Up until now, the crypto world is like a racetrack where only big teams with Formula One cars and million-dollar engines can get on the track. Regular people can only watch from the sidelines. There's no way they can join the race. But Pi's mission is different. They want to create a new racetrack, but this time everyone can use it. You don't need a million-dollar car, just a scooter or even a bicycle, and you can still go around the track. In other words, Pi wants to build a crypto and smart contract platform that's still secure, but run by everyday people. No longer controlled by giant mining companies or a handful of elites. Every pioneer can become an important part of the network just by using their phone. So basically, Pi isn't just about creating a new coin, but about shifting control from big companies back to the community, from a few people to millions. Pi Network's vision is to become the most inclusive and widely used crypto in the world. Pi's vision is huge, bro. They want to create the most inclusive peer-to-peer ecosystem in the world, with Pi as the most widely used digital currency. If we imagine the online world right now, it's like a giant mall, with big stores like Amazon, Facebook, and Google controlling all the entrances, all the transactions, even the buyer's data. We, as visitors, can only follow the rules. So, Pi wants to create a digital people's marketplace, not a mall owned by a handful of companies, but a market owned by all the sellers and visitors. Everyone can sell, buy, create apps, or even build their own communities, and everything runs on Pi as the fuel. What does that mean? It means it's not just the rich folks in Silicon Valley who can make apps or benefit from crypto. But regular folks in the villages, college students in their dorms, even stay-at-home moms can also get value from this ecosystem. Pi's vision is like saying, crypto shouldn't just be a savings tool for the elite, but a whole new online experience that's truly inclusive and global. In short, bro, if Pi's mission is the way to achieve it, then Pi's vision is the picture of the world they want to create. If Bitcoin is like a sports car that only the rich can buy, Pi wants to be like a scooter that everyone can use on the road. Part 2. Why is crypto important? The current system depends on third parties, like banks and PayPal. The problem is, the value isn't fair, they get rich, while regular people get nothing. High fees, which especially hurt ordinary people. Censorship, your money can be blocked at any time. Permission, you have to get approval just to join the system. Weak privacy, your financial data can easily leak. Alright, now let's break these down one by one. Bro, you know almost all our financial transactions still depend on third parties like banks or PayPal, right? Sure, they make life easier, but behind the scenes, there are big problems we often don't realize. First, the value isn't fair. Banks, PayPal, and other financial companies get insanely rich. Trillions of dollars flow through their hands. Meanwhile, ordinary people, who are actually the backbone of the economy, get nothing. It's like you work hard to build a house, but someone else ends up owning it. Second, high fees. Every time you transfer money, there's a fee. Want to withdraw cash? There's a fee. Even if you're just saving money, there's an administrative fee deduction, and who gets hit the hardest? Regular folks. If you transfer $100,000 and lose $6,000 to fees, it really hurts compared to a rich person transferring $1 billion. Third, censorship. Your money isn't really yours. If the bank gets suspicious or PayPal doesn't like something, they can freeze your account anytime. So even though you're the one working hard to earn money, someone else can still restrict your right to use it. Fourth, permission. It means you can only participate if you're allowed to. For example, if you want to open a bank account, you have to bring all sorts of documents, pass verification, sign a bunch of forms, and if you don't meet the criteria, you'll get rejected. Fifth, fragile privacy. Every transaction you make is recorded, analyzed, and could even be leaked. Your financial data, which should be private, can be used for someone else's interests. So basically, bro, the old financial system is like a toll road with strict guards. You can pass through, but you have to pay a hefty price. Every move you make is recorded, and if the toll officer doesn't like you, you can be denied entry. Another analogy, imagine you own a house, but every time you want to enter, you have to ask the security guard for permission, and sometimes the guard just refuses to let you in. Annoying, right? That's the reality of the old financial system. So, this is the root of the problem, why crypto emerged to put control back in your own hands. Part 3, the Bitcoin Revolution. In 2009, Satoshi introduced Bitcoin. People could send money directly without banks, without PayPal. Cindy transfers to Steve, and no one can block it. Simple but revolutionary, Bitcoin created a new global economy without borders. If the old world was like a toll road, Bitcoin made a free highway that anyone can use. Now let me tell you a bit about Bitcoin's story, bro. Back in 2009, bro, there was this mysterious figure named Satoshi Nakamoto who introduced something that ended up turning the financial world upside down, Bitcoin. Before that, if Cindy wanted to send money to Steve, she always had to go through a third-party banks, PayPal, or some other institution. They acted as middlemen who managed, checked, and could even hold up transactions if they wanted to. But Bitcoin changed all of that. With a peer-to-peer system, Cindy can send money directly to Steve. No banks, no PayPal, no censorship. Just Cindy, Steve, and the blockchain network as witnesses. Simple but revolutionary. Imagine it like sending a text message straight to your friend. Back then, if you wanted to send news far away, you had to use the postal service, wait for days, pay fees, and it could even get intercepted. Bitcoin makes transactions as fast and as free as sending a text message, instant and impossible to block. And what's even crazier, Bitcoin introduced something that never existed before, a global economy without national borders. You can send money from Jakarta to New York, from a small village in Africa to Europe, all without having to go through international banks or deal with complicated currency exchanges. Basically, Bitcoin gave the world its first taste of digital financial freedom. From there, new terms were born: borderless money, money without a boss. And this was the moment that made a lot of people realize the future of money would be totally different from what we knew before. Part 4. Distributed Ledger. Imagine it like a global Google Sheet that everyone can access. All validators update, check, and make sure transactions are valid, but technology makes everyone agree, so there's no data manipulation. Maybe this is the first time you've heard the term distributed ledger, so you don't get confused. Let me explain it in everyday language. Bro, imagine you're the treasurer of your neighborhood association. All the money coming in and out is recorded in the cash book. The problem is, there's only one book. If the treasurer makes a mistake or cheats on purpose, the other residents would never know. Now imagine if that cash book was turned into a global Google Sheet that everyone could access. Every time there's a transaction, everyone can see it right away, everyone updates instantly, and everyone can cross-check. So there's no room for lying because all the data is always the same in every copy. That's the concept of a distributed ledger. All the validators, the people who maintain the network, have their own copies. They work together to check, verify, and agree that every transaction coming in is valid. The technology is awesome, bro, because it lets everyone on the network agree without having to trust just one party. That means no more data manipulation, no more shady treasurers skimming off the top. In short, a distributed ledger is like a digital cash book held by millions of people at once. So it's safe, transparent, and impossible to tamper with. To put it simply, bro, if the neighborhood's cash book is only held by the treasurer, it's easy to mess with. But if every resident has a copy, there's no way the treasurer can lie. Part 5. The benefits of crypto and blockchain. It's secure. Only you hold the private key. It can't be seized, unlike a bank account. Censorship resistant. No one can block your transactions. Immutable. Transactions are permanent and can't be deleted. Smart contracts. Automated code with no middleman. For example, property escrow without a notary, just a smart contract to guarantee the transaction. Now let me break it down further. Bro, have you ever felt anxious that your money in the bank could suddenly get frozen? Or ever get annoyed seeing admin fees deducted every month? Well, this is where crypto shows its strength. First, it's secure and can't be seized. Money in crypto can only be accessed with the private key that you hold yourself. It's like the house key is only in your pocket, and no one else has a duplicate. Even the government can't force their way in if you don't give them the key. Second, it's censorship resistant. You can send money anytime to anyone, without any third party able to block it. Imagine it like handing cash to your friend. No one can stop it. No one can intervene. Third, immutable. Once a transaction is recorded on the blockchain, it can't be deleted or changed. There's no such thing as a chargeback, no cheating. The money you've received is safe in your pocket. Fourth, smart contract. Now this is the most futuristic part. A digital contract that runs automatically without needing a notary or a third party. For example, if you want to sell a house, the buyer transfers the money, and the system instantly transfers the digital certificate to them. Everything is transparent, can't be manipulated. So basically, crypto makes money smarter, safer, and freer. If the old system is like paying tolls with a ticket that can be reprinted or lost, crypto is like e-toll that can't be faked, is transparent, and automatic. Section 6. Mining and Proof of Work. Bitcoin uses mining, proof of work. Validators have to solve complex computer puzzles. The winner gets a reward of 12.5 Bitcoin. At that time, it was $40,000. It's secure but super energy consuming. Its electricity consumption can match that of a small country. It's like holding a racing competition, but every participant has to burn as much fuel as possible just to join. It's secure, sure, but the pollution and waste are just insane. You don't have to memorize all that, bro. Just listen to the next explanation. What matters is that you understand. Bro, imagine you're joining a crossword puzzle competition, but the questions aren't just hard, they're practically impossible. Thousands of people join, but only one person who finds the answer first gets the prize. That's basically how Bitcoin mining works with the proof of work method. Miners have to compete to solve extremely complex computer puzzles. Once someone finds the answer, they earn the right to add transactions to the digital ledger, the blockchain, and get rewarded with Bitcoin. This system is super secure because if you want to cheat, you'd need an insane amount of computing power, so much that the electricity costs would be higher than the reward itself. So instead of losing money, all the miners end up choosing to play fair. The problem is, this process is insanely energy hungry. The machines run 24 hours nonstop, and the electricity used can match that of a small country. It's like a race, but all the participants are required to burn as much fuel as possible just to join, not just to run fast. So even though proof of work makes Bitcoin secure, the consequence is that only people with big capital can participate, and the environment suffers because so much electricity is wasted. This is the main problem that Pi Network is trying to solve with a new approach, mining on your phone instead of in server farms. What do you think, bro? I hope my explanation was easy to understand. If you want to understand even more and enjoy a two-person conversation style, don't forget to check out the podcast version of this series. Over there, the discussion is more relaxed, like chatting together while breaking down the white paper. The podcast link is in the description, bro. So bro, this first module really opens our eyes to why crypto was created in the first place. Because the old system was unfair, full of fees, and easy to control. Bitcoin managed to provide a solution, but it also brought new problems. Now, Pi Network came along to be a crypto that regular people can use, not just a handful of rich folks. In the next module, we're going to talk about the big problem with first-generation crypto, centralization. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next part. I'm Anton, see you in Module 2. In Module 2, you should invite others to watch as well, so more people can understand crypto and Pi Network.